Ha, bunu yapacağız ondan sonra bu galiba.
Çıkıyorum ben.
Ha, ben de çıkıyorum. Bu
Run,
merdivenlerden...
Roach.
An boş takıldın mı lan?
That's it, Roach.
Allah'a takıldı.
Run, Roach.
Ha ulan Roach. Bana takılmıyorsun, şimdi mi takılacağım? Geçen oyun takılıyor bende ya. FPS drop gibi değil ama.
Niye?
Yolda at gidemiyor yani, takılıyor yolda.
Ha, gitmez be. Vardık zaten.
Tamam geldim ben. Tam Palmer'le konuşuyorum.
Dur bir dakika.
Need to speak to the Duchess urgently.
All right, you scamps.
Hangisi ya?
Story's done. Go
Solda
find your
sarılı.
parents.
But the
Taşıyor
Pamarin.
bekliyor.
What about the story of Ritik and the dragon?
Our tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Richard, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Çocuğa nasıl öğüt versek?
Ee,
Fark etmez ama. Ne diyelim?
faziletin daima kötülüğü yendi. Doğru. Evet, fazilet falan. Bir ya.
İki değil mi?
Hayır ya.
Ben bir dedim.
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins. The cutter of Casteldaccia too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go
Ulan
find your
çocuklar
parents.
da oynuyor.
Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her.
Arkada ne oluyor
It
anlamadım.
begins.
Lead the
Fark
way.
ettin mi? Hızlı başladı oyun.
Evet de çok sinirli.
Diyası. Ya Hearts of Stone'da da çok
Who's
vardı,
fighting?
bayağı vardı.
Nilfgaardian gladiators.
Evet.
Onda daha çok vardı
Bunda
bence.
hızlı başladı yani.
Soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shamar, making some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Diyelim.
Tamam, 2. Evet.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Duyar kasan Geralt.
You, a witcher,
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Doğru diyor.
No knight will gain any glory from this.
1 ya.
Aynen.
Let's go.
Burada da mı dövüşeceğiz?
Tabii ki de.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
it's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Kesin ne olacak biliyor musun? Söyleyeyim sana. Canavar tam şövalyeyi öldürecekken Çır kurtaracak onu. Atlayacak. Arenaya daha doğrusu. Sen ne düşünüyorsun?
bad feeling about this.
Kötü bir his var diyor. Öyle olacak herhalde. Nasıl bir yaratık?
Ramus. Biliyorsun değil mi Ramus'u?
Evet.
Çok görmedim de oyunda.
Damn it.
Ben güzel bir şey.
O ne? Kuyruğundaki çıkınca ne oluyor?
Serbest kalıyorsun.
We have to help him.
Af.
Uf. Ha, ne yapabiliriz? Aksi deneyeceğim be. Belki yatıştırırım. Sersemledim evet. Aksi kullan aksi.
Hani bakayım aksi neydi? Gerçekten mi?
Abi hasar verilmiyor mu? Ne yapacağız?
Aa evet. Saklanıyor.
Evet. Ama ilgi kullanacağım biraz. Lan hasar yemiyor bu. Yanlış kılıçla mı saplıyorum acaba?
Ağırdı mı yapacağım? Ne yapıyorsun?
Bakayım. Bakayım. Ha önden saldı.
Ha.
Aa tekrardan bak. İlk mi deneyeyim? Önden ilk mi deniyorum? Aa güzel. Bunu satayım ne yapıyorsun?
Ya saklanıyor ya.
Shift de ne? Shift basılı tut. Sinek geldi önüme ya.
Ne oluyor lan?
Boss niye sıkıntı bir tık?
Değil mi
Baron
ya?
ölecek
Yalan
bu arada
zannediyor.
lan. Baron kaçsana.
Yalan zannediyor ya. Ya bırak adamı. Ah yaptı yere. Yere yattı. Ah, öldü.
Nasıl öldü?
Yere yattı.
Oha. Deneyeceğim Baron öldü bu arada. Böyle yapalım.
Bir yerlere vurduktan sonra yere yattı. Afalladı. Duvarlara falan çarpmaya çalıştı.
Aa, mantıklı mı?
Ondan
Evet,
sonra yere yattı.
bu Batman'de de var böyle bir bak.
Bir şey diyeceğim, hızlı seçenek var. Ne yapıyor? Öldürün mü?
Mantıklı
Öldürün mü
geliyor.
acaba? Öldür.
Öldürdüm. Anladım ya, mantıklıymış.
Bir şey diyeceğim, ben öldür dedim hayvanı.
Ama oyun oynarken kör sinek falan bir şeyler geliyor. Çok sinir bozucu. Işık ya monitör. O yüzden
Herifi
geliyor.
öldür dedim ben bu arada. Hızlı seçenek vardı. Duydun mu?
Tamam ben de öyle.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the
Normalde
deed.
bağışla... Bilmiyorum ya. Bağışla desem...
Bence ben olsam bağışlardım ama öldürdüm.
Ya çok hızlı geçince bir anda... Şey yapamadım.
Çünkü şöyle. Eğlence zaten bu.
Ama
Öldükten sonra
yeterince
öldürmek saçma geldi bana. Ama neyse.
Yeterince acı çektim falan diye öldürdü yani.
Diğer türlü de başka bir şey
I'm
lazım.
not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help.
Aslında ölmesi lazımdı bunun.
Yani.
Yani
Bağışlasam bir daha
The
kullanacaklardı
lad came
hayvanı.
damned close to dying.
o da var.
I'm
Yani.
fine.
Ne yapacaklardı ki?
Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent.
Neredesin
Speech
bakalım?
clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero.
Kimi
Hop,
destek
hop.
ya?
For we
Üzüldüm.
must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Ne demek istiyorsun?
İki diyelim mi be?
Dedim.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt,
O zaman öldürmemiz iyi de
though we
olmuş.
value your
olabilir ya.
fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated
Yani bilmiyorum.
for completing another task
Belki
altogether.
o adamı falan sağlayacaktı. Bir.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here.
Yani.
We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Lootlamayacağız mı?
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Ne?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding
Ne?
the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien Telatour, captain of my personal guard.
Bıyıklara bak.
Your Grace,
Brown.
Witcher.
Greetings.
Merhaba.
Bir.
Bir tabii ki. İki bu çok
I
boş.
examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have
Aha,
broached it,
en sevdiğim
nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home,
Ne?
yet did not expect?
Efsungerler genelde evde bulduğun fakat bulmayı ummadığın.
Şey demek istiyor yani. Evde buldun derken kendin kullandığın ama
Dur sesin kesiliyor gene. Bir daha söyle.
Şey demek istiyor. Yani benim kullanacağım bir şey olacak ama herhangi bir şey
Evet.
olmayacak. Nadir bir şey olacak yani.
Hmm. Ne diyelim?
Ya bilmiyorum ki.
Sen
Annem her
söyle.
şeyini.
Sen de.
Düşüneyim biraz. Her zaman değil desek duruma göre mi? Her zaman değil diyelim.
Tamam 3 dedim.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress.
Ne yapacaktık
Poor
onları ya?
rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard,
Ne?
Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once.
Kapıyı ne yapacağız?
Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now?
Bir şey değişmedi bence.
The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear.
Hayır
Not to
deseydik
be left unsupervised for one
ne farklı
instant.
olabilirdi.
Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation
Gene aynısı
better than a
olacaktı.
grim
Gene
legend.
hani
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Tamam bir diyelim.
bir.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Hadi 2 de diyelim.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap.
Bu adama ben
A pillow
güvenmiyorum
placed
ya.
under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Bir.
Alo.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body.
Cimri.
Contained florins
İlginç.
dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
1.
Bir.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if they...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
1.
Bir.
Değil mi?
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Hayır.
Milton also knew Delacroix.
Oldu.
Told me so down by the river.
Adam
Damien.
ölecek.
Ha.
To me, something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
Bir.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
Tam bir
Damien,
bakımı güvende
order the
de
garden
bence.
searched immediately, but discreetly.
Yani.
By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner.
Doğru.
And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready
Arada
our horses.
SS'ler alıyorum. Oyunla
Ha.
alakalı.
Your Grace!
Ne oluyor lan?
Ne oldu lan?
Ya Witcher ne yapıyorsun? Gördün mü hareketi?
Şerefsiz ya.
Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Haydi majeste yani anladın mı?
Ne oluyor lan?
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!